The call that changed everything came one quiet afternoon. Evelyn had lived with Edward for almost 50 years, and in all that time, she had never doubted him. Their life had been built on what she believed was trust. They had 2 grown children living their own lives, and Evelyn thought she knew every part of the man she had married. That day, Edward had gone out for a short errand when the house phone rang. A woman's voice came through, soft but certain. "Is my husband there?" she asked. Evelyn froze. "Who are you looking for?" The woman spoke Edward's full name without hesitation, her tone calm and sure, as if she were asking something perfectly ordinary. Evelyn's stomach twisted. "I think you have the wrong number," she said quietly. There was a pause, then the woman replied, "I don't think so," and hung up. Evelyn stood holding the phone long after the line went dead, her heartbeat racing. Maybe it was a prank, she thought. Maybe a mistake. But the voice had not sounded mistaken, it had sounded like someone who believed what she said. When Edward came home, he was his usual self, smiling, talking about small things. Evelyn said nothing about the call. She had learned long ago that silence often told her more than questions could. That night, lying beside him, she couldn't sleep. The woman's voice replayed in her mind, "Is my husband there?" over and over until the words became a weight in her chest. The next day, she tried to let it go, but something in her had changed. She began to notice small things she had always ignored, the way Edward kept his phone close, the way he stepped outside to take certain calls, the way he avoided some questions about where he had been. 2 days later, he left early for a meeting and forgot his phone on the counter. Evelyn stared at it for a long time, her conscience and curiosity at war. She had never gone through his things, but the call had left a mark she couldn't shake. She picked it up. The screen lit up with unread messages. One name caught her eye, Lena. The message read, "The kids miss you. When will you come over?" Another followed, "Don't forget about the school fees. Love you." Evelyn's hands trembled as she scrolled. More messages appeared, birthdays, doctor visits, weekend plans, and photos. Edward smiling with 2 small children, a boy and a girl. Her throat tightened. She placed the phone back exactly where it had been, not ready to confront him, not yet. That evening, Edward came home late, kissed her cheek, and spoke about his day. Evelyn listened, calm on the outside, chaos within. When he went to bed, she sat alone at the kitchen table. She thought of their life together, the years of love and struggle, the moments she thought were pure. Now, all of it felt fragile. She whispered to herself, "I will know everything." From that moment, she made a silent promise. No accusations, no tears. She would watch and wait. In the days that followed, Evelyn became quietly observant. Every look, every call, every late return became an entry in her mind. When Edward went out for another meeting, she followed. He drove across the city and stopped outside a small house. From a distance, she watched him greeted by a young woman, Lena, and 3 children who ran into his arms. The sight broke something inside her, But she didn't cry. She sat in her car, frozen, watching him disappear into the house as if he belonged there. That night, she lay beside him and listened to his steady breathing, wondering how many times he had come from them to her bed. The next morning, Evelyn began keeping a notebook. Every lie had a date. Every pattern had a time. She wrote about the calls, the photos, the house, the strange names, the secret smiles. When she found a locked drawer in his study, she searched until she found a key taped beneath the desk. Inside were folders with bank statements, fake business papers, and photos of Edward with people she didn't know. The documents used another name, James Ward. The bank accounts were large, the transactions suspicious. The so-called company promised impossible profits. Evelyn understood then, Edward wasn't just unfaithful, he was a fraud, living multiple lives under different names. Her notebook grew thicker each night. She learned about the business, the hidden money, and even called one of the numbers listed on his papers. Ward Investments, a man answered. When she asked about the process, he told her they doubled investments in 3 months, no risks. Mr. James Ward runs everything, he said. Her stomach dropped. It was Edward. And when the man quietly warned her that not everyone gets their money back, she knew the depth of his deceit. Evelyn's silence became her weapon. She met one of Edward's old friends, Carl, under the pretense of planning a surprise. When she asked about Edward, Carl sighed. He's been into things for years, Evelyn. Women. Drinking. Dirty business. I thought you knew. She thanked him, left calmly, and went home to record every word. Her heart broke, but her resolve hardened. Others had known, but she had been the only one left in the dark. Not anymore. Her notebook became the book of secrets. It held every call, every message, every photo, every lie. She listed questions. How long? How much money? Who helps him? Does Lena know about me? Are there more children? Then she made a plan, watch his routine, protect her accounts, copy every document, confront only when ready. She practiced calm. She practiced silence. When Edward's phone buzzed with a message from Mark saying transfer done, she added it to her list. When he invited her on a sudden trip, she smiled and said she had things to think about. He sensed a change but couldn't name it. She wrote, "He is uneasy when I am calm." Evelyn began writing messages to her future self. Do not decide in pain. Do not rush to forgive. Let the facts speak. She even prepared words for her children. Your father has another life. I have proof. You are safe and loved. You do not need to fix this. Late at night, she touched the first page and added one more line. That was the day my eyes opened. By the time she finished, the notebook was full. It was no longer a record of heartbreak but a shield of truth. Every detail, every word, every lie was written in her steady hand. The woman who had once lived in trust now lived in clarity. She didn't cry anymore. She didn't tremble. She had proof, purpose, and peace. And as she watched Edward sleep one last time, she whispered into the dark, "You think I don't know, but I do. And one day, you'll see what I can do."